To you all. We are going on our third session in our spiritual Kabbalah path, and we definitely want to understand and zoom in as we're gonna walk into our first very step. And we would like to understand, just an introduction, as well as a short summarization of last time, how do all these parts of our service, how do all the parts of what makes us up as human beings, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, how are they all connected? The all, the seeing of the divine, the walking in the right path, the love, the completeness and cleanliness and refinement of the heart and mind, and walking along the path of these commandments, which are the facilitators, the means by which we complete our life. How do all these facilitate a meaningful, purposeful mission in our life, which is going to bring us to the end, the last line, in a complete form, when we make a real impact on ourselves, on the community, on others in this world. And really, according to Kabbalah, that's the only path. And how do the 10 divine spheres, Sephirot, hide implicitly behind all of this? So we're going to jump in right into the first level. And the first level is as follows. And that is, we do understand that the lowest sephirah, the lowest sphere, is called Malchut, kingdom, which means there are 10 spheres. They start from the bottom up, and each one is related to different organ in our body. And any organization, any animal, any plant, any organization, any company, any political government, everything is built, whether they understand it or not, naturally in that way. So we're not talking about something which is devoid or separated from reality, and it's only the divine and the spiritual realm. No, it's in every single atom, every single galaxy, every single organism or company, organization that makes us up, including our very physical body. So the lowest one, which we start from building this building upwards, from the foundations up, is called Malchut, which means the kingdom. And that relates to the Torah. The Pentateuch, the 5 books of Moses, are the ones who show us operatively, functionally, practically, how to operate, how to bring it down, how to execute our lives in this world. So it's very, very strange, if we look into it, that almost no discussion about reincarnations, about life after death, about very spiritual beings such as angels and etc. We look into the Pentateuch, in the 5 books of Moses. Yes, we look into the book of Ezekiel and others. There's a discussion about angels and about the divine, the world beyond. We do know about this absolutely as well. But there is no real discussion. The reason is because we are only zooming on this world, because this is the world at which we need to concentrate on in order to facilitate from where we start as babies, as we grow up, as we spoke in the previous sessions, till we come to make a complete circle and rise up to the spiritual levels that we want to achieve in this world. And according to the levels we achieve in this world, that's the level we're going to live up once we transcend from this world to the next levels, whether it's in heaven or in the next world to be after Messiah comes, and in this physical body, which is going to be reincarnated with everything that we have achieved. What I told you now in a nutshell is lots of Kabbalah. Now, so the lowest one, let's start at the beginning, is called the Sephirah, or the sphere of Malchut, of kingdom, which means that it shows us what to do and what not to do. Because there's a very interesting verse in the beginning of Genesis, which says that God has created to do. Asher bara Elohim la'asot, that God is created to be achieved, to do. And this sphere is called Ani, which in Hebrew means me. How do I understand me, myself, within this incredible, gorgeous universe that I find myself to be? What must I practically do? What must I execute? What must I achieve, bring out of myself in order to live in this world. And the first thing maybe is surrender. Why that surrender? Because as a baby, when I'm born, I'm completely surrendering. I don't have any power of myself. I can barely open my eyes and see. I don't have a language. I don't have education. I can't take care of my own. I can't take care of my livelihood, of my own nourishment, of my own clothes. I'm completely vulnerable to the elements, unless it is for my parents, for immediate surrounding, loving surrounding, to give me that, all of that, and education, etc., till at the age of 18, 20, 24, 5, once I graduate from college or from university, I go and I start to take care of myself. So all this world starts in a very vulnerable situation, and not in vain, because my parents are in the fifth commandment. Or the 10 commandments, there are 10. The first far between man and the divine, the next far between man and his fellow man or woman. So the fifth one between man and God is honor your parents. Why is this within the divine? My parents are not divine, my parents are human, very human. And the answer is because they are the agents, they are the role models sent to me to facilitate this life. So sometimes we've got very loving relationship with them, and they're incredible role models, how a woman should look like, how a father should look like, and the beautiful, loving, harmonious relationship between them. And sometimes less. But as I grow up and I take care of myself, I learned that the first thing in this world is that I'm on the receiving end, as we discussed in the first and second sessions of this workshop. And therefore, that brings me to humility. And humility is the facilitator of how to take care of myself in this world. Because if I'm full of myself, I can, and I'm arrogant, I've got no way that I'm going to learn from any person or from any other experience, because I know it all. I'm the smartest, I'm the most handsome, I'm the strongest, and nobody is. And that is the very reason why King David personifies Kabbalistically this very first sphere of Malchut of kingdom, and why he deserved to be the king, because he was very humble, he was very smart, he was the chief of staff, he was the head of the Sanhedrin. All this is true. But at the same time, he was very humble. And when he had a discussion, a dialogue between him and his queen, Michal, who was the princess and the daughter of the ex-king, which was Saul, right? She said to him, "How do you dance in such simple clothing in front of all the maiden girls?" He said to her, "This is why God has chosen me and not your father's house, because you come with royalty. You act in a way with condescending. There's a part, there's a difference, there's a gap between who you are and who the normal average people are. But I am part of the people. I stay humble. I look for peace. I look to unify the people in order to unify. And here, the simple people's challenges and problems in life, you have to be humble, because we're here to serve. The greatest you are, the more you want to serve. And therefore, the word Torah, which is the Hebrew word for the Bible, means how to guide, how to supervise, how to educate others, how to show and mentor other people for the service of God, for the community, for yourself, for your family, both between man and the divine, between man and his fellow man. Now, we do learn this from an incredible verse in Isaiah, which says, God has formed light and has created darkness. What's the difference between formation and creation? We're talking to the point. Formation means, excuse me, light personifies and symbolizes the good. God is good, it was always there. There's no need to create. Creation is ex nihilo, out of nothing. So therefore, formation of light, light was always there, good was always there. Good is inherent in us because we spark of God. But evil, darkness, has to be created because it was never there. In the higher spheres, in the higher realms, in the higher dimensions of the world, there is no darkness. There is no evil, only good. And this is the major creation that we have to negate, that we have to fight with in this world for our own growth. Very much to go into a tennis match or soccer match or judo match or karate. If you fight, if you have an adversary which is just the wall and the mirror, you're not going to grow. You have to have somebody to fight with you, to be your adversary in order to grow, to work against resistance. If you go to the gym and you just pick up a stick, no weights on it, you're not going to make any muscle, not going to make any difference. You have to put in some effort and sweat it out in order to grow, in order to facilitate your own growth in any field. If you don't write exams in school, well, you're going to take it very easy in homeschooling on the beach, in front of the waves in Hawaii. So you need to take yourselves and work against resistance in any single area within life. And therefore we come to an incredible statement given to us by the sages of old, which says, I have created, God is speaking to us, I have created the demon, the evil and inclination. And the only antidote, the only medication I gave towards it is the Torah. What does it mean? It means that God, as the creator, he's also the one who created the antidote. And the antidote says like this: there is an evil inclination inside of us which tries to annihilate us, tries to destroy us, which shows us how bad we are, that we are losers, that we are not good, that we are full of arrogance, of anger, of depression, of being haughty and proud and speak the whole day about ourselves. And we don't like that. And the only way to negate it, the only way to grow in a humble way is through studies of both the written law, the written Torah, and the oral Torah, the oral law that was given also to Moses at Mount Sinai. For example, we have a mitzvah, we have a commandment in the Torah to don on tefillin. Now, it doesn't say anywhere in the Torah how does it look like. We have a commandment in the Torah to slaughter animals in order to facilitate our eating them. But it says, as I've commanded you. It doesn't state anywhere how do we do it. So comes the oral law and explains all the inner workings of it. It's very much like you tell your parents or your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend about a long day in college or in high school. How was your day? And you show them one page in which you summarize. Says that's what you learned for 7-8 hours. You slept away. The answer is no. I've got it all up here. This is just the gist of it. It's just the synopsis, the précis of what I've learned. But all the oral discussion I've got right here, because that was the major part of it. This is just a summarization to remind myself what was in that lecture. And therefore, we're giving in the Torah 613 commandments, which are very interesting. 248 of them are positive. Keep the Sabbath, honor your parents, etc. Right? And those kind of positive things, be kind to others, love your fellow as you love yourself. Each one of them is exactly the number of organs we have in our body, because what are we doing here? We are building a temple within ourselves. It's only good for us. It makes us into better, complete human beings. And 365 of them are the negative do not do's, such as don't lie, don't steal, don't kill, don't be adulterous. Because we have 365 sinews in our bodies and 365 days within the year. And each one of those days we have to negate something and do something positive. 248 plus 365, negative and positive, comes to together 613. That is the code number, the secret number the Torah gives us to complete our journey in this world. And therefore, we cannot do away with 1 year of life. We need to have many years of life in order to achieve this, whether we are aware of them, whether we do it naturally, or whether we take ourselves a spiritual mentor that will teach us the right path in order to create a temple within us that the divine can reside and say, I can communicate with you, I can work with you, and I can work through you. Therefore, this beautiful sephira, this beautiful sphere called Malchut, which is kingdom, is the last one, because it's the vessel that holds all the foundations for all this building we're going to build together. Therefore, it has to be in surrender. It has to be in humility. It has to be modest in order for us to be able to receive all the rest of this incredible empire we're going to build on top of it. And therefore, we have to be in a surrender mode to this, very much like in David. Simplicity, humility, modesty, how to do all this. This kind of sphere gives us the power to survive. Many of us in survival mode, and survival mode is not a good mode to be at because it puts us under stress, anxiety, fear, tension. We cannot relax. So the ability to survive, the capacity to survive gives us calmness of mind. I would like us all to be in calmness of mind. We're going to do some kind of meditation towards the end of our session today to facilitate calmness of mind in order to preserve the powers of our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual self. And this gives us stability. This gives us and facilitates physical health, emotional health, mental and spiritual health, and our ability to bring forth our livelihoods and self-confidence. Let's meditate for a short while, right? I'm going to walk out of the picture so that you can be with yourself, that you don't need me in the picture, and you're going to only hear my voice, right? As we meditate facing these beautiful mountains of Sedona, one of the most spiritual places that we have in the world, and especially in the United States, in Arizona. And we're going to meditate facing those beautiful mountains in the most beautiful way, understanding, and trying to get more being calm and collected within ourselves. So I'd like you to sit or to lie down, always better sitting, because then my soul in my mind is over my heart, which is the seat of my emotions, which is very much over my lower and lower self, which facilitates the more animalistic parts. So we've got all the different parts of my psyche in the right place. Sitting is better. Let's pull back a little bit our shoulders to allow ourselves to have a deep, nice, slow, and relaxed breath. Let's take a breath in. 1, 2, 3. And hold the breath. 1, 2, and 3. And then exhale through our mouth. 1, 2, 3. And let the breath out. 2, 3, and 4. We'll do it again. And once we do it again, this 4 cycle of breathing, just only intention is to look with your closed eyes at the tip of your nose and be completely relaxed and gently move away any kind of thoughts, which are thoughts of anxiety or fear, of tension, of the next thing you have to do this week, what's forthcoming, of the past, of the future. No need. Let's take a deep, slow, relaxed breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's hold our breath. And whilst we hold our breath, let's refreshen our breath within our chest, within our heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's exhale through our mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And keep our breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For today, let's imagine around ourselves a beautiful white surrounding sphere around all our body, from head to toe. Very large sphere in which we can breathe easily, but it protects us. Nothing can get in, no negative energy, no negative people, no negative situations or events or emotions. Nothing penetrates in. And within this beautiful bubble, we are protected from all present, past, and future events, situations, emotions, energies, and people. And this sphere is now, from now on, going to walk with us. And we're going to start in our mind's eye, walking with it into life in a very dynamic, charismatic, hopeful, relaxed state of mind, very confident of ourselves, full of energy, hopeful, and with complete calmness of mind. Connecting this bubble, very much like we were fetuses in our mother's womb, connecting this bubble up in a big column to the divine. So we have the divine on top guarding us. The divine is guarding us. And we've got this big bubble around us, which is protecting us. Is the first level of our meditation for today. We're completely relaxed. We've got the joy of life with us. We are happy, content, relaxed. And for these very few minutes, we seem to have managed to get completely away from the humdrum of the world, from all the anxiety, from the survival mode, which we always are at, and just develop our own serene situation in which we're going to take from now on consistently, eternally with us to everything we do. Calmly, relaxed, peace of mind, whatever we do, the way we talk, the way we behave, the way we operate, the way we have our perspective with life. So, having all this, we are going to say goodbye to each other. I would like for you to listen to this again in a repeated way, especially the last part of the meditation. And I will see you soon in the next part of this beautiful workshop. God bless you all.